glacier, the Emmons Glacier on the eastern slope of Mount Rainier. We'll see it on and off where the White River is located. That's where it begins. And again, we're going to see it a few more times here as we head up to the park. The White River, and then in a few moments on your right see a little bit of the Greenwater River. There it is. You notice it's clear water, not cloudy. That's because it's runoff from snowmelt and rainfall. And as this bridge takes us over the Greenwater River, look on your left, fairly shallow river at this time of year. There it is. I like coming through Greenwater on our way to Mount Rainier. You get to see, again, there's the White River. That 10,000, about 5,000 actually make it to the top. The number one reason you do not make it to the top is altitude sickness. So somewhere above 10, 11, 12, 13,000 feet, you're overcome by fatigue, nauseousness, headache, body ache, to name a few symptoms, and it knocks you out of the running to make it to the top. You can't go. You can't get up to the top. But it's not the only reason people don't make it to the top. The other reason, another big reason, is weather. Earlier this summer, I talked to a group that had just come down, a climbing group that is, it had just come down. The United States occurred here at Rainier in 1981. There was a group of 23 climbers attempting to reach the summit. The total climb time is about 4 to 6 hours, depending on weather. Base camp at about 10,000 feet on the south side. You spend your first night at Camp Muir. You would wake up the next morning. She went to getting ready to get on the trail. She went to use the vault toilet and made her first mistake. She found her phone. That's how she called 911. Local fire department came out. The firemen had to suit up in hazmat suits. Sunrise will close for the winter, usually about the middle of October. Check that. Exploring up there, and then hit this on the way down. So when we get up here, I'll drop you guys off in front of the visitor center, and that's where I'll pick you up. jagged peaks you see on your right, those are the burrows. They are not volcanic in their origins. Now, Rainier is a classic stratovolcano. It grows, it blows, it grows, it blows. It's been doing that for 500,000 years. These rocks you see over on your right, or the rocks that make up the burrows, are considerably older than Rainier. They're about 8 to 9 million years old. The jagged peaks look a little bit like the Sawtooth Mountains in Idaho. A little resemblance there. Time to look around your seat, make sure you got all your belongings pulled together. Sunglasses, souvenirs, cell phones, most importantly your cell phone. You should be at the Mopop here in about 10 minutes. Thanks again for letting Tours Northwest take you up to Mount Rainier National Park and show you some highlights. My pleasure doing so. If you're sticking around Seattle this week, enjoy the rest of your stay. Supposed to get some rain last night. I don't know if it actually showed up or not. And if you're heading off to other destinations or you're heading home, safe travels. Go back to Seattle soon. According to the folks at the office, you should get an email or a text message soliciting you for a review of today's activities, today's experience. If you're of that mindset, we always appreciate the feedback. Write down your thoughts. If you have mostly good things to say, make sure you mention me by name, John, J-O-H-N. A lot of times people write nice reviews, but just say guide or driver. Sometimes the office can work backwards and figure out who the guide was. But if you could just go ahead and provide it up front, that would be perfect if you write a review. If you have any criticism, you can submit that as well. We have thick skins here at Tours Northwest.